Okay, so the title is only a little bit of an exaggeration, but stick around to find out what happened. So far this year, I have been grinding the Ratchet & Clank games trying to get every single platinum trophy, now with size matters added to the list. I stream platinum trophies here on YouTube, so please come by and keep me company if you see me live. So far, I have done Ratchet & Clank 1 from 2002, Ratchet & Clank Going Commando from 2003, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal from 2004, and now it is time for the final game that was native to the PS2, Ratchet Deadlocked from 2005. Deadlocked is a bit different from the last 3 games. While we still play as our furry main character that packs heat in more ways than one, Deadlocked leans fully out of that exploration and item collection that we all know of, while it leans fully into that third-person, fast-paced action arena combat with flashing colors, bright lights, and a screen full of enemies that appeals to my monkey brain, and it keeps me dialed in. It hangs on to some of its platforming roots while expanding on a weapon modding system, and it utilizes a smaller, yet well-designed package of weapons. And it also has a solid, self-contained story. So given this different approach to Ratchet games, gone are the trophies for collecting a bunch of shit. But instead, here are skill points. Not double, not triple, but over quadruple number of skill points are available in this game compared to the previous games. Each planet gives you 15 skill points, and it gives you a reason, to come back for more as you beat the game. That being said, I did play this game before on my main account, so keep following, this will be relevant later, meaning that my main account had 25 of the 31 trophies in the game already before I even started streaming it. So, using the PS3's profile system, I was able to give myself a clean slate to start out this playthrough. After being abducted into Dread Zone, we popped our first trophy on the first planet away from the hub, Catacrom 4. I dare you. We got a skill point. I don't know what for. Rookie! That is our first trophy. I don't know what it's for. This trophy drops because I got a skill point for not using a health crate when completing a level. That's because I'm goated. Towards the end of that same planet, I ended up holding 40,000 bolts on my hand, which popped my next trophy. This is huge. What are these for? I don't know what that is. So I moved on a little bit doing some gaming. I went through a few planets. I was vowing that I would come back to tackle their skill points when it came down to it. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do these skill points. I'll do them later. And after some of that gaming, that brought us to the snowbound arena on planet Shar. Here is where I upped that bolt counter tenfold to 400,000. All for me? I don't know what that trophy is. That dropped my 3rd trophy so far. This is massive. A little bit later on Shar, I was able to round up some dread points, which is like the more dread points you have, the more levels you can play. And then robots in a barrel. Going nowhere fast. I don't know what that was for. I don't even gotta try. I'd be cleaning up on Dread Zone, alright. Up next, we moved from the snow to the hyper-industrial poison gas planet from the first game. That one is Orxon. So, for some context, I already knew that I had to level up all the weapons to level 10 by the end of the game anyway, and I already knew the Hollow Shield Launcher would be the most single brain-celled one to do, just like the Shield Glove was in Ratchet 3. So whenever I ran into a Landstalker turret, I would farm their infinite damage for weapon XP. That allowed me to rank the Hollow Shield Launcher all the way up to V10, which unlocks a trophy. Dodge this. I don't know what that is, but that's a trophy. A few locations later, Dread Zone decided that I belong on the asteroid belt of Valix. The Scorpion Flail, easily the best weapon in the game, can be used here to unlock a trophy too. Medieval power. Woohoo. Epic Flail. We got a trophy for that. We're swinging our meat around. Our spike ball. We swing our balls around. What? And in that same location, you get to fly around in Deadlocked's cool ship vehicle, and if you use the missile attack to destroy 30 laser grid drones, that is also a trophy. Nice, that was pretty cool. Death from above. Wowie, another trophy. One more trophy from Valix. I was able to use the sniper rifle while I was trying to level it up, and I hit a Call of Duty trick shot no scope for a clip in a row. Nice. Line them up. Got myself a little trophy. Once again. Fast forward to the planet of Torval. I used my elite gaming skills to beat one of the levels without taking a single blight of damage from the Dread Zone forces. Not a scratch. I'm so good. And then right after that, on the very next level, I got my 60th skill point across the save file for another trophy from Torval.
Skill points are blooming, indeed. I've gotten a lot of skill points so far.
So that unlocks the Vindicator tournament. This is the one that ends with a boss fight versus the Eviscerator. Right after I beat him, that marked the downfall of my PS3.
It's like a Ratchet and Clank. Did I just... Hello? My console just turned itself off.
So, my stupid ass put my PS3 power cord in a slot of my power strip that is more loose than the other slots. So meaning that when I'm kicking my little feet down there all excited like a girly pop, I yoinked out the cord with my toes. Luckily this time I had an autosave right before, and also I opted to restore the system even though it took a really long time. So that got the game back up and running. You know, nothing seemed to be broke quite yet. So, we loop back around to the Liberator tournament. This is the one where you fight off Ace Hardlight at the end. I got my health ranked up enough to hit 50 points before the boss fight, and as we all know, 50 is a classic number that pops the trophy.
Nanotastic. We got a trophy. We're hitting, I guess, 50.
Afterwards, I was trying to rack up some more dread points to move on to the next planets, and along the way at the Dread Zone station, I killed 50 zombies during a challenge for a skill trophy drop point.
Dead again is the 50 zombies. And that's an achievement. Achievement trophy. That is a trophy for 50 zombies.
So I went back to the Crusader tournament, and that's back to where you fight the boss Reactor. If you beat him in under 30 seconds, you grant yourself another trophy.
Nice. Reactionary. The Meltdown. Got the Meltdown trophy. That was for beating a Reactor in 30 seconds.
And it wouldn't be a Ratchet game if they didn't have a Scorpion Flail versus the Eviscerator that is also a trophy.
Did that count? It did count. Awesome. And it was a trophy. Bugging out.
See, I told y'all this is the best weapon in the game. That's the power of a trophy grinder. And finally, the hardest boss related trophy comes while battling Ace Hardlight again. I had to beat him without even taking a single hit of damage. The reason this is hard is because Ace has multiple phases and health gates. You chunk him down to one point, and he's nearly full heals and becomes more difficult. His attacks range from shooting a gun at you, shooting a tracking dart at you, he throws these wave bomb grenades at you, popping a shadow clone jutsu at you, or even using a fucking bubble shield, bro. What is this, Halo? This motherfucker can even combine any amount of these attacks. So, on its own, it's pretty manageable, and it's pretty reasonable. It's challenging, it's not so bad, it's very fun, but doing a no damage run made me sweaty, bro.
Dude. I'm locking in. I'm gonna do some ad clear after the damage phase. No! No, man! Oh, how did that hit me? Why? That hit me through the shield! Okay, Arbiter is the wave. The real wave. Should have known. It's always the Arbiter. Take your shield off. Nice. Ace in the hole. Challenge completed. That should be 2 trophies? Ace gets clubbed. Ace gets clubbed. I get it. Like the club and the ace. Yeah. Or the club. Domination. 2 trophies back to back.
That's also our first double trophy drop because of the fact that it was the final skill point to get while in the Battle Dome at the Dread Zone station. Now that we had nearly every weapon and every mod unlocked, it was my duty to completely destroy the remaining trophies. We took it back to planet Kronos. This one began with a trophy to battle Shellshock Phase 1 without taking any damage again. Shellshock is the first boss of the game, so this one was actually easy.
Alright, it took 3 rockets and I got it. I got the Shock King trophy for it.
Then we went forward to Meraxis. This is a trophy where you have to use the truck vehicle to splat 10 enemies and it gives you a skill point trophy.
Nice. Okay, so I was 1 off, but I still got it. There's a trophy coming for that. Yep, the Cat Scratch Fever. I don't know what that means.
So back on Orxon's final mission where you free the audience members from certain doom, if you speedrun, it gives you a trophy as well.
Nice. Lightspeed. And Lightspeed is another trophy called Landstalker Talkin'.
Then on planet Stygia, the lightning capital of the game, I gotta get a trophy where you wrench down 5 executioners. Those are those beefcake armored enemies with the shooty sticks.
That should be 1. I hope. That should be 2. I hope. Oh, I really hope they didn't take my kill on that one. Yeah, that should be 4. This should be number 5, ideally. Yep. Okay. That's a trophy. For 5 executioners.
The next trophy I was going for was to get 105 skill points. So I just started going from planet to planet in order, from Serathos, back to Shar, and to Orxon once more. While on Orxon, I zoinked my PS3 power cord for the second time when rolling my chair out from under my desk. Pretty unfortunate circumstance.
The stream doesn't say 6 likes when I'm back. I'm turning it off. Shutting it down. Just kidding. Oh, I just pulled the plug on my PlayStation on accident. God damn it.
So when I came back, I didn't restore my system because it didn't seem totally worth it sitting there for the whole thing again, and my save ended up being totally fine. So that gave me the impression that it's not a big deal and I can just do it and keep gaming. So I started back again by doing some skill points on Chronos. This gave us, first of all, enough dread points to unlock a trophy, which needed to hit 200k.
The showstopper.
And then we were like 1 skill point short from that 105 total for a trophy.
Okay, so that should be 105, right? Please. Yep, the price of freedom, like I had always predicted.
And at this point, I was only 3 other trophies short of my main account's progress, and then we could finish it off over there. At least that was the plan. So those 3 trophies are Show Me the Money and Selective Shooting. These 2 trophies are on the Ghost Station level at the end of the game involving skill points, and Try Me I Dare Ya, which is a trophy for having 3 weapons at V10 XP. So I just needed more dread points to be able to battle it out on the Ghost Station and gain weapon XP, right? So I started doing side missions that were necessary to get the dread points. And for the 3rd time so far, 3rd time the charm, I kicked the shit out of my PS3 power cord, and then this happened when I opened the game.
What?
Yeah, so I made the executive decision to just ignore those 3 trophies that I missed. I was not going to replay the entire game again up to that point. I don't love Ratchet that much, okay? And I was already like 5 hours deep into a stream.
I don't want to talk about it.
Since then, I have learned my lesson. I will no longer be corrupting my PS3 save files with my feet, unlike some of y'all out there. I know what y'all be doing. That being said, my main account had a lot of progress made already that I had done towards the beginning of 2023. Most of the guns were near or at V10 already. I had every skill point already too, minus like a few that could only be done in New Game Plus. So I skipped my trophy count from 21 to 25 now. I hope we can all agree that I am valid for this, considering the ones I skipped are not that hard anyway. It was gonna happen eventually, like maybe missed like 20 minutes. If you don't think I'm valid, nobody asked. So that's how Deadlocked almost broke my PS3, but we're not done yet. I was able to continue my gaming in New Game Plus, aka Challenge Mode. Just like going Commando and Ouya, Deadlocked has a bolt multiplier based on how many enemies you defeat without taking damage yourself while in Challenge Mode. That will help with getting a trophy for holding 4 million bolts. And that's what I hit, right?
I'm begging. That should be it, right there. 4 million. Give it to me. Give it to me. Hello? Am I stupid?
So with some curious programming involved, it turns out the bolts have to be collected in the same save file. This means that bolts collected in New Game will not count towards the New Game Plus bolts. Who could have guessed that? Not me.
There it is, finally. For the win. 4 million bolt trophy.
And with all of those bolts I had collected, I was finally able to follow up by buying the Harbinger.
That should be a trophy as well. Oh yeah, aiming is overrated. Number 27.
This is the game's version of the Rhino, but not actually the Rhino. And it's actually more awesome than the Rhino. I mean, orbital lasers. Like, how cool is that shit, bro? To get my next trophy, I needed to bring the Harbinger all the way up to V10 and turn it into the Supernova. I used the checkpoint on Chronos and XP weapon mods to farm enemies and collect the second to last trophy wait.
Should be the final, what, level 10 weapon?
I forgot to max the fucking obliterator. God damn it.
Oh, God damn it. Fucking obliterator, man.
This is the only gun in this game I will genuinely call dog shit, I cannot lie. All my weapons at V10 is my third to last trophy.
There it is. The B11 vaporizer. Perfect. Perfect?
The final 2 trophies come from the same source, to get every single skill point in the game, all 165. There are 3 skill points in the game that are only possible to complete in New Game Plus. The reason is because the difficulty option Exterminator is locked until you beat the game once. 3 planets each have a skill point requiring you to beat a level on Exterminator. The first one is on the first planet, Catacrom 4, you remember that one. Then Orxon, you know, the one from before, and the other game as well. And finally, Torval.
It's alright though. I'm goated. Gotta kill some zombies too. I took damage. Oh. Nice. Oh, I took damage again. Alright, we're gonna play more safe. Please die. Dude. That's it. That is my last skill point. Let's see the 2 trophies. Side questing. And mad skills. And hero of the shadow sector. We have done it. Ratchet Deadlocked. The 4th Platinum Trophy for the Ratchet & Clank Platinum Marathon.
Thank you for being here and making it to the end of the video. I'm still having a blast with these games, and I would appreciate a like on the video if you enjoyed. Tell me what your favorite PS2 Ratchet game is, and tell me why it's the first game. If you watched the entire PS2 era of Ratchet Plats, you can also comment down below. I guess size really does matter, and I will chuckle at it. If you really like me and my videos, feel free to become a member of the channel for $3 a month. You get cool emotes on streams and in comments, and you get 24-hour early access to videos, and I get more money. I like money. But for real, just watching to the end is more than enough for me. Size matters up next, and I will see you gamers in the next one.